Hello everyone.
Hello.
Today we are talking about cash flow, and we want to talk about a little bit about how cash flows in and out of the business and what the principles are around that, because your business needs cash flow in order to survive. Otherwise it's you're not running a viable business. You're eating probably into funds that you had there in preparation for beginning your business.
Waiting for funds to come in.
Yeah.
And if you've got long lead times on invoices being paid, like some industries like building and transport, there's standard times,
Lead times, yep.
which is why the government's making changes to make small businesses get paid faster, because it's not acceptable. It's not okay.
It can be too arduous. So as a business, you should really intimately know how the cash flows in and out of your business. Like an example before of a fast food chain that we all are probably familiar with is obviously the cash is flowing into that business pretty quickly because you pay for what it is you order prior to getting it.
Exactly.
So, that's a really great framework that they have for their cash flow.
And then on the other side of things, like if you don't have great cash flow, you need to understand the causes of that.
Yeah, what the drivers are for your cash flow in your business and what that looks like for you.
And how can you change that?
Yeah, and there's heaps of different strategies you can have. It can be as simple as having an accessible payment gateway for someone who uses your services or buys your goods to make that payment much quicker and easier.
And going to the bank every time you've got an underlying cash flow problem is not the fix.
That's right.
It's a cause. You need to figure out the cause and plug the hole.
Yes, that's right. You're not gonna be able to fix your cash flow if you're just continuously going to the bank and going back to it. Yeah, let's look at the underlying problem in the business and fix it from there, from the ground up.
So if you are just watching this video the first time, the recommendation would be go back a few videos and look at when we discussed reducing your overheads and variable costs, because obviously if you can fix some of those, that'll fix your underlying cash flow issues too.
It's going to contribute to that. And managing your cash flow, it's all about the processes that you have in your business for the collection. Maybe it's the agreements with your suppliers that you have, how you deliver your service, how you charge your services as well.
And you could have a profit on paper, and if you're not getting paid, then you're going to have tax to pay, but no cash to pay the tax, no cash to pay the suppliers, and it's just going to be never ending. So
it's really critical in your business. What else have we got? We can sort of share in this space.
I think the biggest issue is like we've talked about, is preparing that cash flow forecast and understanding what your lead time is, so that you go, well, on average, my lead time is 30 or 120 days, whatever your time is to get paid on average, and do you have enough cash in the business to run with that? Most clients, when I talk to them, I try and tell them to have a 12-week runway. So if you burn through $150,000 every 3 months, then have $150,000
buffer, really. Yeah.
I mean, be realistic. Not many people have got that 3-month buffer, but that's the ideal position you want to get in. And if you're not in that position and you are a small business and you're not flowing that well, then having a cash flow forecast and seeing the ebbs and flows of where, and doing something about it. And
sometimes, like in business, you would have only done a cash flow forecast because the bank asked for it and didn't really know what it was that you were putting down. But that's where we empower our clients and work with them in doing that cash flow forecast. So, they're working from the ground up in designing and, being able to articulate that through a cash flow forecast. So then they have a really great understanding of where the cash comes in and out, how that cash flow cycle works in their business, so they can take ownership of it and look at those underlying causes. It's really empowering to see someone grow in that space.
Empowering in that it gives you the power to do something about it. So when the market's in decline and you're hemorrhaging money, you can do something about it.
Yeah.
You can stop purchasing more stock. You can
might be diversifying, picking up a new service or a new product or a new income stream for your business. But if you're managing your cash flow, you'll be able to forecast when those times are coming and make a decision early enough to implement it and curb that decline in your cash flow.
And you can also go the opposite way.
Yes.
So when you're making more sales, you can hopefully identify where the costs are increasing at the same time, so you can start putting more processes and things in place to keep the rise and growth on track. Yeah. So your expenses don't rise, or your cost of goods, your COGS as such, doesn't rise quicker than what your revenue is. Or wages, and just understanding everything about that aspect.
Goes in,
So,
Anyway, so we are delivering a cash flow seminar with BEC. It's a lunchtime session. We'd love you to come along. Obviously, we'll be sharing this and a lot more in that session, and we're going to discuss different strategies you can have, or the 7 causes of poor cash flow in a business. So, come along with your thinking caps on and take away some strategies. Would love you to join us.
Yeah, if you want to eliminate your frustration and reduce your stress levels, I suggest you head along.
Yeah, awesome.
We'll look forward to seeing you there. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.